Hello and welcome to the Christmas edition of SGTV. We've got a good lineup for you this month, including our top 5 games this year. Make sure you subscribe and never miss an episode of SGTV. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit is the first game to be developed by the award-winning Criterion Games. Criterion's aim was to take it back to its roots and hopefully save what I consider to be a dying franchise. Have they done it? Or is it just 2 cars short of a roadblock? Let's see. The game is split up into 3 modes, the first of which is Career Mode. Here you compete in up to 60 events, which is also split up into Racer and Cop events. And you will be working your way up different ranks, unlocking better and faster car as you go along. The second is online multiplayer, where you race with up to 7 players on various events ranging from hot pursuits in the pitch black to racing along beautiful sunny coasts. The third and final feature is something brand new that Criterion Games have introduced called Autolog. Autolog is like a social network where you post your fastest time on certain events and share any HD screenshots you've taken while in an event. Autolog is truly brilliant and really does make the game more intense as you battle for first on the time leaderboard. And then you can go and brag about it on your wall. I have to say I was a bit skeptical at first about Autolog, but now I've seen it and played it, it's integrated perfectly into the game and really makes you want to go back onto events you've already completed just to get that faster time. Overall, Autolog is a brilliant addition to the game and definitely adds the amount of hours you'll get out of it. Right, next we come to the campaign mode. There are various locations spread all over the map, and the map is fairly sized and a county called Seacrest. Overall in the campaign you'll be switching from Racer to Cop throughout, and there isn't a story of such, but I think that's not a bad thing. Instead you have to work your way up separate rank systems, one for Racers and one for Cops, and you'll be unlocking new weapons and cars as you work your way up. These weapons can range from spike strips to EMPs for the Racers and helicopters to roadblocks for the Cops. Events always feel action-packed and each event is always unpredictable as you never quite know what other Racers or Cops may try to use to stop you from gaining first place. Overall the campaign works really well and with 60 events to compete in, you'll surely get many hours out of it. Now the game graphics. They may not be the best we've seen in a racing game, but they aren't bad either. And definitely don't spoil the game any. Scenes lack the most, but cars do look fantastic and you can make some brilliant wallpapers using the in-game camera mode.
Interceptor assistance is en route to your location.
The in-game audio is also pretty impressive and sounds just perfect with very good track listings, which switch depending on what type of event you're playing. If you're playing a hot pursuit event, you'll get a more fast-paced music track listing, but if you're playing a racing event, you may get a little bit different of a track listing. Next we have the multiplayer. The multiplayer is really quite like the campaign in the way that you can race on all the events available, except for Interceptor, where you have to play with up to 2 players. Also on the multiplayer you can unlock new cars and weapons in the same way as you do on the campaign. Overall I have to say the multiplayer is good and fun, but can also get rather mad sometimes. I was a little disappointed that there isn't a free roam option, as we saw in Burnout Paradise a few years back. I do however hope that they add this in a further update or DLC pack, as it is definitely missed. The overall game is fantastic and should be the standard of what all racing games are based on. Criterion Games have definitely brought the franchise back to life, but at the same time brought something new. I would definitely recommend this game to anyone, and you can be sure that Criterion Games will support the game for many months to come. Overall, this game is rated 9 out of 10. There have been a lot of really good games released this year, so we took on the hard task of coming up with our top 5 favourite games of 2010.
Are you prepared to suffer to save your son? You have 5 minutes to cut off the last section of one of your fingers in front of the camera. If you succeed, you will get your reward.
This was the question asked by game studio Quantic Dream back at the start of the year. Heavy Rain was a truly brilliant game where you have to make decisions which you then have to live by for the rest of the game. With this, and a gripping story, we had to put it in our top 5.
Madison Page, 27, single.
Ethan Mars has had psychological problems since his first son died. He is haunted by visions of drowning bodies. A few weeks ago, after one of our usual sessions, I found this on the floor. It must have fallen out of his pocket.
Ash, I want you to assign every available man to finding Ethan Mars. I want you to keep an eye on the train stations, the airports, the bus terminals. I want every cop in the city on his ass, so that if he moves, we know about it.
You're gonna die, you son of a bitch!
I swore on my son's grave that I would kill the man who murdered him.
I just don't believe he's guilty.
Your other son, Mrs. Shepherd. What was his name?
Everything I did for love.
Call of Duty Black Ops was, in our opinion, the first COD game to have an interesting story that kept us playing all the way through to the bitter end. Yes, the game's graphics aren't the prettiest, but it pulls through an amazing multiplayer and even more amazing zombies. Zombies in the Pentagon, who'd have thought it? As you saw earlier in the episode, we rated Hot Pursuit 9 out of 10, and we definitely don't regret it. Criterion Games have brought something amazing to the table, and paired with a good backlist of cars, plus Autolog, it has a deserving place on our top 5.
Interceptor assistance is en route to your location. Interceptor aerial support is granted for the duration of this pursuit. Bring him in.
I rode in a gang. They left me to die after I'd been shot. I left the gang after the gang left me. I tried to go straight. I did. Then I got me more trouble.
Red Dead Redemption was an obvious choice for us from the start, as it answered the question we had always wondered. What would GTA be like in the Old West? You could spend hours, and I mean hours, playing Red Dead, as we did, and still not get anywhere near doing everything. We loved the game, and we surprisingly found it a lot more comfortable to play than riding a real horse.
You come to hunt me, huh?
You always did have a high opinion of yourself, John.
This is America, where a lying, cheating degenerate can prosper.
We consider Battlefield Bad Company 2 to be the definition of online warfare. It has massive maps and realistic warfare. What more could you ask for? Apparently there is more to be asked for, as EA threw in 4 different game modes on top of new map packs, including a Vietnam map pack to be released on the 22nd of December. If you haven't got this game, we urge you to buy it in time for Christmas.
Hey, I'm Liam G.
Hi, I'm Nerd Legend.
Hi, I'm Coolster21.
Hello, my name is Sir Gunalot.
Merry Christmas.